Good morning, YouTube. This is the CW Smith here. And this is gonna be my White Lightning Season 1, Episode 2, LaWanda, whatever, I can't remember what the full title is. This is gonna be the spoiler review of that episode. I'm sorry I didn't do it yesterday, as I said I was. First, the Wi-Fi was a little messed up, because even if it was working, it would be slow to upload. I had to get my haircut appointment. And I had my bowling league yesterday evening, and I was just tired from. I just got tired when I got home yesterday. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't get to do that yesterday. But without further ado, and like I said, there's gonna be spoilers. So if you haven't seen the episode, go to the app, the CW app, watch the episode, then come back to watch and see my thoughts on this episode. Now it kind of kicks off with Jefferson still kind of struggling because the fact that he just went back to fighting as White Lightning in like 9 years of his retirement. And this urge of lightning just urging from his body, because I don't know what that was. I think it might be his lightning power getting out of control, because he did just. Because that was the first time he used his powers in like 9 years. So I don't know if it was that. Or it might have been something else. But whatever. And there were still like a lot of complaints about like their daughter and people's daughters getting kidnapped and being gone and missing. And he's still struggling. That he still claims that White Lightning is not coming back, and protect his daughters, and just mad of everything. So I don't know what I meant when I said that. And then the 100 is still getting stronger, as people would say, as the people said in the episode. And the law, well, I mean, oh my gosh. I just kind of rewatched the episode so I can get some, like, thoughts in my head. Well, I remember some of it anyway, but the rest is still kind of blur. Give me a minute, give me a second. So he had to, and then Jefferson had to go and went to this track, went Lala. It's like races and like making money or whatever, and whatever it was that he was doing. And he told about this. He told about the situation, what happened when Will, that was the kid that went into school and then he was about to shoot one of Jefferson's daughters. And he was about to shoot her, but then Jefferson stepped in and saved her. Save her. And he told him about this, and he didn't know anything about it. But his powers was about to burst, but then he took it and he lowered it down and took him out of control and took him in control again. That's what I meant. And just walked away. And I thought he almost exposed himself to be as a White Lightning. He almost exposed himself, but good thing he did. I'm glad he didn't. And Anessa is still kind of struggling with herself right now, and she's told her partner, which I think she said her name was Chloe something. I can't remember her last name. And Anessa is still struggling with the fact that she was in the bathroom one night and her hand was glowing, and then she broke the sink like she has super strength. And like she's still trying to figure it out what happened to her, how did she get those powers, and hopefully we might get to see it figured out. Maybe be either by this missing finale, or maybe in like a couple episodes. That's probably my best guess. And then Lala and called his gang the 100 out, and then he kidnapped Will, the kid that shot almost shot and shot one of Peterson's daughters. Excuse me, I had to burp for a second. And then he didn't like what happened, and then he didn't like what he did, but then he shot him. Man. And well, he lasted one episode. I actually like the guy I started to like the guy who played Will, the kid. Man, he was good. The actor was good though. The actor was really good. And then some. Yeah, so Peterson and LaWanda, and what LaWanda, it almost sounds like Wakanda. I want to say, no, it's Wakanda, not it's LaWanda. She still claims that the police can't do anything about it, about saving other people's daughters, and they're still getting kidnapped. And she was gonna record one of them getting statement of the fact about the whole thing, but Jefferson decided he stopped her, and he wanted to give her 48 hours to get all things through, and she agreed. But later on, she kind of decided to do it anyway. She found Lala, and she wanted to record him and give him a little statement, but then apparently she wanted to get her away from him, and apparently she shot her. And that took it too far. So, and then Jefferson decided, and then later on, and welcome to the 100 is, I think they're about to invest in this, I think the hotel, that they said they were shut down because of the whole thing, but they reopened it because of the whole situation with the daughters getting kidnapped. And then that's when Justin decided that people should know that White Lightning is back. You're darn right, you're darn right he is. You are darn right he's back. And he suited up. And the fight, and then we go to this hotel, and then there's a big fight scene going, and this fight scene was amazing. Oh my god. White Lightning did awesome in that fight scene. And he got Lala, and he got captured, and then he got into prison. And that was good. That was really, really good. But in that moment, it kind of disappointed Tobias. I think the lead. I think that's what his name is. The leader that Lala was working for. So, but also earlier, but I forgot this part. This kid went to Peter's house, and Jennifer was on the phone was on a voice chat and face chat with I'm assuming her boyfriend or someone who was about to be her boyfriend. But then he asked her to be his girlfriend later on. But this part that took earlier. This part took the day before. This kid was selling some candy, but then he tricked her with a gun. But it was just a squirt gun. It sprayed red stuff. I don't know if that was blood or whatever it was, but man, that's cruel. That's just so cruel. If it wasn't, it should put blood on there. But I don't know if it was blood that he was scoring at her. Man, I think they would have assumed it was a real gun. He would have used a real gun. They should have kept an eye on. The cops should have kept an eye on him because there was a patrol car in front of their house. So, yeah. So, after Lala was sent in prison because after what he did to LaWanda, man, that woman's name is hard to pronounce. I pronounced it good earlier. The last couple times. I don't know why. But, and the hotel thing, about the threatened hotel or whatever. And then that the buyers came to visit him in the prison, and he didn't like what he did. He had the last straw. He had the last straw with Lala. He grabbed his neck, and he freaking he snapped his neck and killed him. And I'm like, well, that's what you get. That's what you get for what you did. That is what you get for what you've done. So, I hope you kind of enjoyed this spoiler review. It may have been a little short because this show is not almost like Supergirl, Flash, Legends, or Arrow, which is a lot kind of more spoilers. This one is kind of different, and I like it. I like a little good. I like a little different every once in a while. I like it, and I'm loving this show so far. It's amazing. It's awesome. I love it. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching this video. And if you're new to the channel and a fan of the nerd geek culture, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and tap that bell. And I will see you all in a couple hours with my Flash spoiler review. Season 4, episode 11, The Elongated Night Rises. It was a fantastic episode. I cannot wait to get into that, but I'll have to wait in a couple hours. Alright, I'll see you guys later. See yas!